Hey everybody, Maspin84, and today we'll be talking about Archie Sonic, aka Archie Sonic the Hedgehog, that super duper long comic book series that started in 1993. And unfortunately, it never made it to issue 300. I cry every time.
And it never will.
Curse you, Fred! Anyways, today, today we'll be covering the 7th volume of the Sonic Archives, aka issues 25 to 28. But I'm also going to throw in issue number 24 because I actually really like that issue. So we'll be doing issues 24 to 28. And it's going to be really weird because I'm going to be using issue 24 as a thumbnail, and then it's going to say The Archives Volume 7, and if like other people who click in this video are like very familiar with Archie, they'll be like, what the heck?
Wait, this one was in Volume 6!
Exactly! But for the viewers at home who aren't too familiar with Archie Sonic, we are not starting at issue number 1, because it's Archie, and if you know, like, just Archie in general, they're more the goofy, like, belly laugh type comic issues, and that's what Sonic originally was. And then, at some point, they decided to take their plot seriously, and Archie Sonic is literally jam-packed with lore, surprisingly.
Lore we could have always had.
Exactly. But, yeah, I thought we'd start off with issue 24. If you've watched Sonic SatAM, you basically have a general understanding on the Freedom Fighters, which consists of Sonic the Hedgehog, Miles Tails Prower, Sally Acorn, Rotor Walrus, Antoine Daculet, and Bunny Rabbit. Yeah, that's like the original Freedom Fighters.
Why was Antoine the only one to get the actual last name?
I don't know. I don't.
Bunny got a last name.
I mean, Rabot. I think that's what it was.
That was
still a play on where which is over just being like, oh yeah, this is actually a surname my family had before this.
Well, I mean, Sally has a last name, Acorn.
I guess that's true.
And Sonic has a last name too. It's Hedgehog, right?
Oh my god.
Is.
Are we not going into that huge can of worms?
It is.
It actually is.
The part isn't even his like middle name.
I thought your middle name was the.
I thought his middle name was Danger.
But that's what he keeps telling us. He lied.
But yeah, that's basically the Freedom Fighters. They are refugees from Robotnik's takeover from Mobotropolis, because Mobotropolis is where they all used to live when they were younger. And Eggman was like, no you, and he took over. And he has an army, and pretty much the worst way to die in this franchise is to get roboticized, because you truly don't die, you just become a shell in Eggman's army, and you can't do anything about it for the rest of your life.
Minus the various ways they've introduced that can cancel it out for some reason.
Yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that. But also, yeah, Shad and Ice are here with me, if you guys didn't notice. I'm not talking by myself.
Nah, man, we're just completely in your head. We're imagining all this.
Of his imagination. He hadn't forgotten about the accident that happened like 20 years ago. He just won't let it go.
Wait, we don't really exist.
Wait, if everybody can hear inside my brain, that's no good. Anyways.
Oh, it sounds like a new problem then.
Let's get that solved.
Anyways, we're gonna start off with issue 24. And it's the return of Anti-Sonic. I don't know what kind of flow we're gonna use for this video or bounce off, but what do you guys think of issue 24? Because it starts off with our hero, Sonic the Hedgehog, kicking some poor little pig into a lake.
Sounds like something Sonic would do.
Does it?
Yes.
Maybe modern Sonic. I don't know.
Maybe modern Sonic. Maybe.
Oh, bro, you owe him them chili dogs, bro. It's over.
We're running short of supply.
He's right. I'm sure he's right. well, wait, no, Uncle Chuck's not here. How is he getting his chili dogs?
That is true. He's just probably killing off all the pigs so he can increase the supply.
Yeah, bro. You gotta increase that supply.
But yeah, so basically at the beginning of this issue, we have all the freedom fighters that everybody in Knothole knows, right? Like, they're just minding their own business, and then violence. My favorite one, actually, is just Antoine playing GTA. He's literally driving vehicles into people. Dude, it's crazy.
My kind of game, bro.
But yeah, basically, yeah, they're just attacking everybody, and everybody's wondering what the heck is going on. Aren't these guys the good guys trying to help us bring Mobius back to the way it used to be? But we find out that these aren't the characters we're familiar with.
No, it's the anti-freedom fighters.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yeah, so in an earlier issue in the Archie Sonic series, they established there's different dimensions and all that stuff. So this is an alternative Sonic, aka Anti-Sonic. And I think their dimension's called Moebius, if memory serves me right.
Was it? I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so, okay, well, it's just anti-Mobius, basically. So it's kind of like flip-flopped, so in the current timeline, or the current dimension, Robotnik's the evil one, and the Freedom Fighters are the good guys. But for Anti-Sonic and them, they're the bad guys, and Robotnik's the good guy, which is kind of weird to imagine, actually.
Yeah. Funny to think about.
Anti-good guys.
Exactly. Yeah, so basically they're in Mobius right now because Anti-Sonic was basically bored, and the only thrill he had was accidentally... No, I think it was Sonic who accidentally ended up in Moebius. I'm just going to call him Moebius for now, unless I'm wrong. And they had a fight, and obviously Sonic came up on top, so Anti-Sonic kind of wants his revenge.
Sounds kinky.
But I do kind of like this because it's perfect. They look exactly like their evil counterparts, and they can get away with vandalism.
They can get away with murder.
Well, they haven't murdered anybody yet. But
we don't know that.
Yet.
We don't know that. We don't know what they've done.
Yeah, they probably could have killed somebody off screen, to be honest. Archie Sonic can get pretty dark. But where are the original Freedom Fighters? So basically, Sonic and them, they're testing out like zone warps because in Archie Sonic, or SatAM, when Robotnik took over, Sally's dad, which is the king, he got banished into another dimension. I forget what it's called.
I'm trying to remember too. I think they named it like different things. I think the thing they were going for in the comics was just like the Void or whatever.
Oh yeah, I think it was a Void in SatAM and a Silent Zone in the comics, I think.
No way. The man's in the void.
Yeah, so he accidentally posted not safe for work in general, and Robotnik banned him, so...
Robotnik and his mods just ended that man.
Is that Sally hentai? You're done!
You don't want to see these disgusting...
Man, it's a shame Sally didn't catch that!
Yeah.
not like that joke we made earlier in the comic!
Oh, man. So, yeah, so all of the Freedom Fighters are busy trying to figure that out, so... All of the townsfolk, all of Knothole, basically, they're pissed off, so they go to whoever's house this is. I don't even know which house this person belongs to, but there's literally a mob outside ready to kill them. Like, even some dog, like, points a pitchfork at Sonic. He's like, You're donzos, pal! Those are Sonic's friends, let's beat them up! And
I'm realizing how often this happens in the comics.
Yeah, this is actually this won't be the last time.
Stupid.
I don't think this is even the first time it's happened.
I don't think so. Yeah, so a lot of people love to turn on Sonic when the going gets tough. And you know what? Quite honestly, that kind of reflects on how he is super early on in the comics, because I think he's grown like a lot since then. But I do kind of like that, because sometimes Sonic can be quite the jerk. Quite the jerk. Sometimes.
Gee, I wonder where we've seen that before.
So, Sonic and Co, they're wondering why all the townspeople are being three heads and attacking them, so they try to come up with a plan to figure out where their real imposters are.
Killing the townsfolk.
We can't resort to more violence.
No, that's actually what happens. It freaking cuts her page and then comes back and they're running their motorcycles doing like a villain.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
See, I told you, bro.
Yeah, so
So
the anti-freedom fighters, yeah, they're basically on their motorcycle gang, and they're, yeah, I think Sally shoots a crossbow and she like trips on motorcycles, and then they literally start fighting in the middle of town.
Squad up, bro.
It's literally a gang war now that I think about it.
It really is.
Yeah, so Sonic and Co, they figure out who the imposters are, and like Anti-Sonic's like, no fear, you're cheating, and Sonic's kind of right here because he said he did win with the right rule sets because he too pretended to go incognito, and they got on top. And then for those who play fighting games, I don't know, do you guys like Ditto battles? You guys like playing Dittos?
Depends. It is very case by case.
I don't like Dittos.
Yeah, I don't like Dittos either, to be honest. Well, that's basically what this is, because literally the anti-versions of themselves and the regular versions are all fighting each other. And literally no progress is being done. This is the definition of an even matchup. And then Sally being the brains, she's like, hey guys, let's just switch opponents! And surprisingly that worked! Surprisingly that worked, because I actually want to talk about the matchups. So we have Sonic versus Anti-Sally. Sonic just clocks her in the face. He's like, I don't care if you're a girl.
That's how you know. That's how you know if they actually got into a fight. That's what he finna do.
Yeah. I got a forward smash with so much priority! And then it's Sally versus Anti-Antoine, and then Sally just punches him. And then we have Antoine versus Anti-Rotor. He just kicks him in the face. Rotor just shoves Tails to the ground.
Rotor just shoves Anti-Tails to the ground.
Yeah. and Tails somehow beat Anti-Sonic. Sure. That's all I'm gonna say. Sure.
She's been watching him for years.
Look, man, Tails is the strongest person in the No universe. He literally cannot die.
He is literally God incarnate.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You guys are right. No, Tails should 100% win this matchup. He's the Sonic 2 Tails at this point, so he's too OP. And yeah, he takes down Anti-Sonic in one hit, which is kind of crazy. And then they arrest them. I don't know where they put them. They probably like send them back to their zone.
They sent them back to their own dimension.
Yeah. And that's basically issue number 24. Even on the surface, it just looks like a bunch of doppelgangers, but Anti-Sonic will be back, and he will have a very big presence on the Archie Sonic universe, if I do say so myself.
I'm laughing because that's not till like 10 years down the road.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
This is gonna take forever.
This is what we call a slow roast.
Too slow.
Yeah. So, do you guys have anything else to add on issue 24 before we move on?
Just the fact that how dumb this premise is. Anti-Sonic was like, okay, you know what? I'm bored in my own dimension. Let me go pick a fight with myself.
That just implies he got bored of like fighting Dr. Robotnik in his dimension. He's probably
which is fair because the good Robotnik is the complete pushover.
That is true. In fact, the anti-freedom fighters, they have his robots doing their work for them. But yeah,
they really said these are ours now.
Your toy, it's my toy now. All right, so. Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 25. If you have played Sonic CD, then, you know where this is going.
It's not like we didn't do this down the road later. This exact same plot.
Yeah.
Like 4 different times.
So,
including one of the last
about?
comics of Archie Sonic.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You can't do this again.
So, this is the issue where, I guess they're exploring a new zone that got popped up, which is the Chaos Collision Zone. So I need to remind the viewers at home that, the plot for the video games aren't, like, one-to-one with Archie Sonic. They use it, but they kind of remix it a little bit. Because, then again, I don't know if it's established that, the zone that they warp to, like Collision Chaos, is on, Little Planet, or not.
I don't think Little Planet was ever mentioned. Yeah.
I guess
Not till later.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because here Robotnik built Collision Chaos.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like later they changed it.
Ah, I got you. Red cons already. Oh.
I mean, that's just Archie in a nutshell.
That is true.
You know they like to make retcons a whole
this
event.
universe twice.
Yeah.
You know they like to make retcons an entire event.
Anyways, so they decided to put the Freedom Fighters, they put a camera on Sonic's shoe to monitor him and see how it works while he's running supersonic speeds. But, yeah.
Why not his face?
I don't
Why not
know.
his gloves?
That's
Why not something else?
good point, Chad. Why not something else?
Literally put it on his face and not like behind his ear, maybe.
Yeah, because I think the.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You're good.
Okay, yeah, because Shad's kind of right. They should have put it literally anywhere else on him, because if Sonic's just running in a straight line, the vision will be all wonking all over the place. And you could argue that it'd be better to put it on his head or something, because the only time the camera would get all messed up if he went into a spin dash or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Funny logic.
yeah, but anyways, the new zone that the Freedom Fighters they managed to find or whatever, Eggman or Robotnik. I'm sorry, Eggman doesn't exist yet. Robotnik, he made the Chaos Collision Zone. It's to force Sonic to come here and challenge it, and it's a trap. And Eggman committed a crime. He stole mail.
I was gonna mention this thing.
We don't know how the laws work there.
Why won't the police arrest him?
You know what? Eggman Robotnik makes the laws in Robotropolis, so it's probably not against the law for him to do this.
Probably. Like how it's against the law to play music.
It's against the law to have fun, bro.
It is. You have fun. You're a goner. Yeah.
We see you having fun, bro. It's your life right there.
So Robotnik, he sends a message to the Freedom Fighters, and he's like, "Hey, I've got your #1 fan, and I've taken her kidnapped. Try and find me in my 7 Koopa hotels if you can." So, I guess the Freedom Fighters are debating if they should go or not, and Sonic's like, "Man, I'm the fastest thing alive. I can make it through there no problem, and I'll take Tails with me."
Because that's a child.
He is a child, but he's a broken child.
Easier to shoot at.
So,
look, Tails is a genius. We don't know it yet, but he's a genius.
yeah, that is true. So, Tails, I believe he goes ahead to scope. I forget what he's trying to scope, but he gets kidnapped, basically. And he gets kidnapped with Amy Rose, which happens to be Sonic's #1 fan. And Sonic gets tired of waiting for him, so he goes into the zone all by himself.
Fuck you.
Yeah. And they kind of just skim through this. He just goes through Chaos Collision. He says it's not a big sweat, and he's dealt with harder. And then, that character, his robotic doppelganger.
Why is it called Mecha Sonic? This is clearly Metal Sonic.
I don't know. I do not know why they call him Mecha Sonic, but I will call him Metal Sonic, because that is not Mecha Sonic.
No, bro, that's Mecha.
That is Metal.
Or we could go with the other name that version has, but that's illegal. That's not here yet.
That's not.
Go, my Hyper Metal Sonic.
Sonic OVA. So
also,
yeah.
Metal Sonic just like completely actually talks.
Wait, does he?
Remember that's Metal Sonic's that one that can talk. You know,
Is
the
it?
one who. Yeah, that's him.
Oh!
I'm not gonna say the name, but
Okay.
that's him.
I know who you're talking about.
That was like one of his first versions.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
then
Okay.
that's why he ends up coming back like later.
Gotcha. So, something that's really funny is Robotnik's like, oh man, Mecha Sonic has engaged the Hedgehog, and Amy starts crying because she thought Sonic's getting married or something.
Gosh.
Yeah.
She's 8 here.
I know, she's...
Which I mean, she's still 8.
You're right.
Let's remember what happened with that whole sword shit.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, we're not there yet.
That they had the excuse for the redesign.
That whole arc is going to be so awkward.
It will be. But, so while Sonic and Mecha Sonic, or Metal Sonic, they're racing through the Stardust Speedway, Crab Meats, he's always the comic relief. It used to be Scratch and Grounder, but at some point
But they're dead.
They're not dead, but they're dead.
They're eviscerated.
I don't remember Scratch and Grounder ever showing up early enough in the comics.
No, they show up like in like I
They show up in like the beginning.
the very
part.
beginning. Like they're probably
Like-
like the first 8 issues.
They're like
And then
there at
they
the beginning and then they
disappear
just
for 25
disappear.
years, alright.
Yeah, they get
Oh
brought
my
back
God.
like 250 issues later. Don't worry.
All it is just fucking what he said, crab meat and
Yeah.
Snivelly.
Crab Meat and Snivelly are basically his quote-unquote henchmen, but Crab Meat's more of the comic relief because he's like, "Hey, Crab Meat, check out this finish line! Isn't it so cool?" He's like, "Oh yeah, this is so cool!" And then he just crushes him.
Honestly, I feel like that's dessert. Krabby got away with so much against Robotnik. He just kind of like insults him constantly.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did, honestly. So he did deserve it. So, while Sonic and Metal are racing each other, the Freedom Fighters are a very smart bunch, which they should be. And Sally and Rotor, they're like, okay, there's a second Robotnik chasing after Sonic, yet there's another one at the finish line, which is really weird. So we're gonna go investigate, and they figured out the other Robotnik chasing them is Snivelly. And, I do...
Beat his ass.
Yeah, I do like this. So Sonic, he wins the race, he dodges the trap, and Sally drop kicks Robotnik so he can't like spring it. I like it. I likes it a lot.
Sonic immediately calls out Robotnik on his nonsense. He was like, "Well, I saw that coming a mile away, but you know what? I'm a fighting sport. I'll give you a chance."
Dude, that's what I love so much about SatAM Sonic. Like, he's so cocky, but like he can back it up, you know?
Until he can't.
Yeah, until he can't, and then that's
Until
when
he can't.
we're in trouble. But yeah, that's basically issue 25. They save Amy and Tails. Then we
And
don't see
Metal
Amy
Sonic
for...
fucking died.
Yeah, Metal Sonic's freaking dead. I don't see Amy come back to Knothole because she's not in the following issues, so... I don't know where she went.
She comes back, but like
Um,
they're like
She
like
comes
a
back as the
lot of
plot
time.
demands it.
I guess.
She comes back when the plot demands they want her.
That's fair.
And I think it was when like Sonic and Sally started developing more of a relationship kind of thing. When they started
Oh,
bringing
boy.
her back.
Love tension. So Archie Sonic loves to do that.
Gosh,
A lot.
that totally wasn't a huge can of worms throughout this entire tenure.
Why I don't like. It's the reason why I don't like Sally.
Oh, okay. I actually really like Sally, but I guess we'll get to that when the time comes.
I mean, she's an alright character. I just
Yeah.
don't like her when it comes to relationships.
You know what? That's fair.
Honestly,
That's fair.
that's when she's at her worst.
Yeah, I will agree with that. In fact, in the next video,
They write her at her worst during that, and I hate it so much.
It's true. So, do you guys have anything else to add on issue 25 before we move on?
Metal Sonic fucking dies by going to attack.
Take notes. This will be on the test because you'll see it again and again.
And
again.
again.
It's gonna keep getting brought up because Archie loves to remind you.
Yes,
A lot.
Sure do.
that's something that's really hard to introduce people into the Archie comics compared to IDW.
You gotta know everything.
It's that's the problem. There's too much lore, and there's a lot of like lore to learn, and I like that. But at the same time, there's like so much lore. It's like, okay, to know about this event, you have to know about this miniseries and that miniseries. You have to read this before this. I was like, what?
Oh, it's gonna get worse probably within this video, because I'm pretty sure
it does.
At least one of these issues in this part is gonna have like a B plot.
Yep, it does.
Oh wait, so we gotta read those fucking those other spin-offs?
No, we don't. We won't cover.
We ain't touching those. Those will get over it.
I don't want to touch the Knuckles miniseries again.
We won't.
It's scary, man. But you're seeing how they're drawn. It's terrible.
The fighting's in there, man.
Bro, Penders is all over that.
You're right. Not even that like Penders.
We're social distancing from that series. Anyways.
Always social distance from Ken Penders. Never.
Okay, so issue number 26. I actually really like this one because we get introduced to another group. They do get referenced in the comics, or they do get brought back, but like this is like hundreds of issues later. Again, you guys see the issue of lore?
They like have all these characters and then like forget about them.
And they'll come back.
Well, they don't forget about them.
They'll come back 11 seasons later.
Wait, no, they're like some of them show up like 5 issues after this.
That's true. That's true. But some of them
they show up. They show up like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just they don't ever like use them for anything important.
Yeah.
They really didn't until like close to the second reboot.
Yeah.
Like they only do that shit if it's for nostalgia or the plot demands it. And usually it's never when the plot demands it.
Mm-hmm. So for issue number 26, I actually really like this one. So it's summertime and all that jazz, and then out of nowhere we get some winter storms, which is quite unfortunate.
Snow during
Texas.
the summer?
Texas.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
instantly dated.
Anyways,
Can't be dated if it's happening now.
That's
When
crazy.
this video is recorded.
That's actually
Whenever it gets uploaded.
That's crazy. Anyways, this is Robotnik's doing because he created a tower that radiates snow, I guess. And I actually really like
it's a weather machine, basically.
Yeah, weather machine. I actually really like his idea here because he's trying to basically freeze everything, and any living being will just basically die. And then with all this cold, he will use infrared detectors to find Sonic and Co. if they do manage to survive in Knothole. But
those are gonna survive.
Yeah, but fortunately for them, like when all the snow happened, they didn't happen to be in Knothole. So when they are kind of defenseless right now, they don't get they don't get cornered in Knothole. Which I do like. But instead they find some random cave. And they're about to get caught by Robotnik because Sonic he can't run fast enough to create heat because he needs to defrost first, but it's too cold. And by the time Robotnik makes it inside that cavern, Sonic and friends aren't anywhere to be seen. But where do they go, guys?
Over there.
Over there. They had a bunch of other people save them, which is basically the Arctic Mobians, aka the Arctic Freedom Fighters.
AKA, we just took a bunch of winter animals and called it a team.
Yeah, pretty much. So, in these Archie comics, basically, the Freedom Fighters, when Sonic and Co., they're like the main Freedom Fighters, but there's also always going to be like a small group of people who are fighting Eggman in their own different region and stuff like that. Like the Wolf Pack and the Arctic Freedom Fighters, and I'm trying to think of the other ones. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. They're not even introduced in the story yet.
The Wolfpack has been at this point.
Yeah, Wolfpack has been. But basically, these guys, they say they survived here long enough because this cave happens to be too low for Eggman or Robotnik to find them, or sensors to get to them. And it just happens to be really warm down there too. How convenient. And
nice.
They used Robotnik's metal scraps that they found all over the place to create this nice ice winter tundra for them to train or stay alive and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. And alright, they're in this area. They're supposed to be in the Arctic, but when Robotnik War started, they kind of got trapped and they couldn't go to where they couldn't go back to their home, so that's why they're here. in some random cave.
My home.
Yeah. So, the Arctic Freedom Fighters, they train Sonic and Co. to resist the cold, I guess, for a week. And then they make a catapult and they start attacking Eggman's weather station.
Just this random catapult.
Yeah.
Really said.
They do that
We going
SatAM.
medieval on this, man.
They do that SatAM too, actually, in episode 1, I think, with the Buzz Bombers attacking Knothole. They have water balloon catapults.
Because that's kid friendly.
Exactly.
But
But,
any other
the same
channel,
series we have
they'd
guns.
be having guns.
yeah.
You're right.
So, Robotnik is getting bodied, but Snively, he blindsides them and he freezes them with some ice machine gun. I don't know what that is. And then he's sending them straight to the roboticizer because Robotnik and Snively, they just always have roboticizers hanging around.
What you mean, bro?
The
Man who's trying to roboticize the world always got to come prepared.
Also, take notes. This will be on the test later.
Man, to set.
All right, Snively, we're going on a trip for a picnic. Do you have everything? Yes, we have the sandwiches, we have the chips, we have the blanket, and we have the roboticizer. Great, let's go.
Gotta always have a roboticizer with you. Never know, you might run into some free animals
Exactly.
that you need to roboticize.
That's why you always
Bro.
bring. It's always why you bring your GameCube controller. You never know when it's time to play Smash Bros. You know.
I do. Walks out the door.
So yeah, as Sonic and Co, they're frozen. They can't really do anything, and it's looking bleak. But the Arctic Freedom Fighters, they come in as reinforcements.
Boo.
Boo? What do you mean, boo?
They all should have died. It would have been for a very touching story.
Look, man, nobody died in this series, and only we get close sometimes.
Well, you know what
What
does
do you mean nobody died in this series? You lying little. You lying.
Look, nobody's died yet.
Nobody's
we ain't
died
there yet. We ain't there yet.
Hey, that pig could have died. You never know. Anyways,
About that.
so they catapult the ice cubes Sonic, and they crash it on Robotnik's head. I'm surprised he didn't die to blunt force from that, but
Man should have been fucking dead.
yeah, Sonic he homing attacks the weather machine, and it's
Homing attack wasn't a thing yet.
did I say homing attack? I meant spin jump. He spin jumps into the weather machine, and it broke it, and thus the day is saved.
You see a pattern with these beginning comics?
yeah. There's like no like ongoing story arc. It's just a bunch of like mini skirmishes. But yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on issue 26?
The Arctic Freedom Fighters are cool. Shame we won't actually learn anything about them, but
What you need to learn? They animals.
Yeah,
No.
look, man, if some of these characters get backstories, I want all the backstory. Give me the backstory on the.
None of them matter. The only ones that matter are the main ones you got. That's how these comics go. That's how all comics go.
True.
We always gotta have that D-list team somewhere.
Look, man, the villains get backstories.
It's because they're villains.
Most of them don't even matter.
But again, they're villains. That's why.
Okay,
You
I
can't be a villain without some kind of weird-ass backstory.
true.
Somewhere.
Also, I debated you guys. The issue's actually not done yet. There's another mini story in this issue. So, Sonic and Co, they're in the mountains, and Sonic, he sprains his ankle. This actually surprised me, because I don't think I've ever seen Sonic like sprain his ankle before.
You must spin dash wrong.
Yeah. He tried to do the drop dash. You can't learn that yet. Anyways, so Eggman's on their tail, and here's the thing with the classic Freedom Fighters. Sonic is the Arsene to their Joker. He carries that team. Like,
That wasn't obvious,
95% of the Freedom Fighters' brute force is from Sonic alone. And then 4%...
I wonder why.
Yeah, 4% is another character, and then 1% is everybody else. But we'll get to that 4% in a bit.
You see, 4% is all Sally.
Heck, I wouldn't even call Arsene the 95%. I barely use Arsene.
Okay, so Robotnik, he has this bus or this tank bus. I don't know
that's what I love, bro.
it has teeth on the
Freaking a
front.
tank bus.
It's called it's Robotnik's bot bus.
Robotnik's
I need
bot
that.
bus. Oh my
I need it.
Dude, that'd be so much fun. To run.
Where's
Can that
the
be a
merch
boss
for
in the
this
Sonic
back
game?
then?
I swear to God, I'll buy it. Just that alone. I don't care if
Where
it's
was
bad.
the merch for this back then? This
I don't
thing would
know.
have sold.
Yeah, dude. But Shad, if it's in a Sonic game, we'll just have another Sonic Colors final boss again.
Take it.
Do you really want that for the 4th time in a row?
Yeah, bro, I'll take it.
I mean, nothing's saying they're not gonna do it anyway for the 30th anniversary game.
That is true. That is true.
Oh, bro, it'll be what we all wanted.
Anyways,
What everybody wanted. Classic Sonic.
so the Freedom Fighters, they find this abandoned fort, and this is their hopefully not their last stand, because this is their only place to take refuge, because Robotnik's after them in a robo-bus tank thingamajig that will literally murder them. But they have a few instruments back here that they take advantage of, because that's basically their only hope, because Sonic is out of this fight. And I actually really like what they did here. So basically, Bunny's been absent on the first couple of issues, but now she's back, and Bunny Rabbit, she's basically half roboticized, because in one of the earlier issues of Sonic the Hedgehog, or in Sonic SatAM lore, she got half roboticized and Sonic managed to save her on time, so she didn't fully get roboticized, but both of her legs are robotic and her left arm, which actually helps out the Freedom Fighters, because she's basically the Knuckles of their team. But they put her in armor, and she literally like destroys Robotnik's entire army.
Bro, she just straight up turned herself into a bullet and just charged a lot of SWAT bots.
And then Bunny Rabbit turned into a bunch of Koopa football players, and he tackled all of them. And dude, this part actually made me laugh, because I don't remember reading this a long time ago, but basically, Robotnik got so angry, he's like, you know what, screw robotization, we're just going to kill her and run her over. So they trap her in the corner, right? And then she's like, oh no, I can't escape. And then she extends her legs, and he crashed through the wall, and he fall down the mountain.
Just brakes. Did you not install brakes, bro?
No!
Man, who needs brakes? Who needs brakes? Full speed ahead. There is no slowing down.
How did they not die? Like, how?
Look, main characters don't die in this franchise.
That's true. Then again, Eggman always does survive his explosions.
Even when Eggman dies, he doesn't die.
That is true.
I mean, I can't go into that yet.
Sure, that's a spoiler.
Yeah, but yeah, any final thoughts on issue number 26?
Robo-bus.
Robobus.
Yo, say just bring back the bot bus. Make it a canon thing.
Yeah,
bro.
Okay.
Make that thing. It's so beautiful.
Alright, we're gonna move on to issue number 27. This one's actually a two-parter comic book issue, so I guess you could argue here is where they start trying to take stories seriously, question mark? But
Yeah, it's like when they start getting around to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you guys recognize these two dog people? I didn't wiki them, but I don't know who these people
I
are.
don't know who they are.
Well, I just remember the name, freaking Sleuth Doggy Dog. That's a name you don't forget.
Okay, so these two random people, maybe we'll figure out who they are later on, but maybe not, or not. But, these people, wait. Yeah, they made a, what is it? A code for Sonic or whatever. I don't know what they were trying to do. But, regardless, Sonic, he got ambushed, and he hit his head a little too hard. Because he's not modern Sonic. He can't boost into people just yet. And then, he gets captured by Dr. Robotnik. And instead of roboticizing him, they just keep him in some random bed. And they realize that he has... what's the word?
Amnesia.
Amnesia, yeah, that's it. So he can't remember anything. Oh no. And Robotnik, he uses that to his advantage because he can be, wait a minute, if Sonic doesn't remember who he is, I can pretend that I am his teacher or whatever he said it was, and then he can use Sonic to find Knothole and then kill everybody! Yeah! Not a bad plan. So, that's what he basically does. He just tells Sonic that Sally and her pesky freedom fighters, they're super duper evil, a bunch of bad guys who are trying to overthrow the government, and it's up to Sonic to go stop them, because he was trying to stop them earlier. That's what Eggman or Robotnik told Sonic. So he sends him into the Great Forest to go find Knothole. And also, when Sonic's going after Knothole, Eggman sends a bunch of tanks following him, so once they find the entrance, they can basically corner everybody and capture them and burn Knothole to the ground. So, the other freedom fighters, they realize that Sonic is returning to Knothole, but here's the really cool thing about Knothole, because I guess one could argue, I don't know how you guys feel about this, how Robotnik has, like, never found Knothole yet. Like, do you guys think, like, he should just realistically been able to have found it by now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By now.
Honestly, by now.
Yeah, because I always thought to myself, why can't you just burn the entire forest and just keep burning it until, like, there's nothing left?
Actually, no, he actually did try that.
Did he?
Yeah, he tried that.
I might be forgetting.
Or something similar to that, where he was, like, trying to, like, take down the entire forest to find them.
Yeah, he had a robot that was, like, eating the entire forest.
Oh, okay. Well, then...
And, like, that failed.
Okay, then I guess the Freedom Fighters are just that good then. But anyways, Sonic, he finds a secret entrance to Knothole, and basically what's super cool about Knothole itself is that underground, there's so many different pathways and obstacles and traps. So people who are from Knothole, they know how to pass all those traps. So Sonic, he's just sprinting forward, and he's triggering all of the alarms, so they know something is wrong with him. So instead of thinking, oh, Sonic must be, like, sick or something, they're like, no, get this man out of here. He's not allowed to come any closer.
Like, if anybody knows he's past it, that man, if he's fucking up, there's a problem.
Yes, exactly. So, they have steel doors installed in the... installed underground. Like, that's so crazy. And then...
They prepared, bro.
Yeah, and then Robotnik's like, yo, Sonic, I made you into a Mega Man character. You just, you hold your arm like this, and you go pew pew, and then bam! You too can shoot lemons! Sonic with a gun, finally.
Just Shadow.
Hey, we realized way before Shadow was a thing.
Exactly. So
they knew they couldn't give Sonic a gun, so they had to give it to the black one.
Gosh.
Okay, we're gonna ignore that. So
Can't ignore me.
So Sonic, he makes it to the last leg, and there's 3 doors, and that's basically like he's almost at the end to reach Knothole. And I forgot to mention, Robotnik, he has a video and audio to track Sonic. So as he's about to figure out which door it is, the transmission cuts short. So Robotnik doesn't know which door Sonic ran into. And then by the time the transmission gets back on, he's already inside a tunnel, so he doesn't know which one he went into. And that's very, very vital.
Yep.
And I guess Sally literally wants Sonic killed, because they basically said, you know what, he can't get a step closer, we are going to drown that man.
They literally just flood all the tunnels.
Yeah, they just flood the tunnel. He's like, nah, you're dead now. You're dead to us. I don't know how you feel about this, because here's the thing, right? Like, Sonic saved their necks so many times, right? At the same time, though, clearly something's wrong with him, and they have to stop him. But like, they're trying to kill him. What is going on?
The thing is, I think they just know that he's like strong enough to like take all this shit.
You know what? That could be true as well.
That's not wrong.
Yeah, because he does somehow survive this. He just spin dashes through like the roof or something, and He barely makes it out alive. But he reaches the surface, and he's not in the tunnel anymore, but basically he puts 2 and 2 together. If he keeps running straight, he'll probably reach Knothole. And which he does. Which triggers the alarm. And then all the townspeople, they made a bunker.
A bunker which, by the way, instantly fails.
It did instantly fail. Sonic literally just ran through it. Like, coming through. I do know
the
how
fastest thing alive. What the fuck do you think he's gonna do?
Yeah, that wasn't gonna do
He's
it.
just gonna stop?
I mean,
No.
to be fair, you put Antoine in charge of leading that attack, I think it was doomed to fail.
Oof.
True. So,
We don't get good Antoine yet.
We don't get good at
We don't get the Antoine until the comic almost dies.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a shame. Well, I mean, he gets better later on.
Yeah, he does get
Yeah,
better
he
later.
does get better.
It's just, early him is just so
dorky.
pussy.
Yeah.
Just a coward.
Basically that. So, yeah, any thoughts on issue 27 before we move on?
They really tried to kill
Oh,
Sonic.
we gotta get to the next issue.
Yep, it's kind
I
of
gotta
crazy.
talk about what Sonic does to them.
Man, guys, they really hate Sonic. They try to beat him up. They try to throw, like, stuff at him. They try to kill him. Man, Sonic can't catch a break.
Also, like that ad at the end of the comic where they just kind of like, oh yeah, we're doing stuff for Triple Trouble now. This is our game.
Yeah. Buy it now.
Buy our game.
Buy it now.
Alright, so issue number 28. So Sonic makes his way into the Knothole HQ. And Sally being really smart, she's like, oh Sonic, we're glad you're back. But you don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good. Are you feeling bad? Are you feeling good, Sonic?
Oh man. Dude,
Just fine. Slims Rotor.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
he slammed Rotor into the
Perfectly.
computer. He said nothing. Why did you swing at Rotor first?
Big one's gotta go down first, bro. That's prison rules.
Like,
Take out the biggest one in the courtyard.
dude, I just feel so bad for Rotor. Like he's just chilling there, right? Like he's like, oh, Sonic's here. Then he just gets tapped by him. Like,
Man, this is before Rotor
Tattle
even
the man
got
to
the
beat
upgrade,
his ass.
man. This is long before Rotor started working out. He was just a tech guy.
yeah, he was just a tech guy.
Really tackle the man and just start beating his ass.
And Sally, being the assertive woman she is, she just suplexes Sonic. She's like, I don't think so.
There's also a sexual joke in there.
Yeah.
And it took me years to figure that out.
I'd rather give than receive. Oh!
See? Told you.
I mean, that's my type of woman. I mean, what? Anyways,
No wonder Sonic likes her.
so Tails and Bunny
Oh
are
my-
like, man, that sounds like some rough sex going on in the next room. Like, oh, Sonic and Sally are fighting. What's going on here? And then they're like, okay, I guess their loyalty to royalty goes over Sonic the Hedgehog, so they just attack Sonic instead of Sally. But you know what? Sally's kind of holding her own. She got the moves.
Somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow.
And then, you know, Bunny comes in with the wrestling move. The
Also another sexual joke.
Yep, another sexual joke.
Yep.
And then he's being gangbanged, and then Sonic's like, "Get off of me!" Sends all of them flying. Another computer destroyed. And then,
Another 2 destroyed.
yeah. And Tails is like, "Ha! I can't fall down. I can fly." And he's like, "Sonic, yeah, I don't care."
Yeah, cool, bro.
Cool story, bro. On the floor with you. And Sonic's on at top.
Sonic's the victor.
Sonic beat all of his friends to the ground. So Robotnik is starting to get all the his mechs to move, but he lost his signal again because, fortunately enough, Knothole, they have like this jamming radar. This jamming signal is really poor, but it works like within Knothole, so that's why Eggman can't figure out exactly where he is. And you know what? Even though we were just kind of bashing Antoine, he came up with a good plan right here.
Turn the lights off. He can't take all of us.
He can't take us all on. And, well, the next few panels say otherwise.
Alright guys, time for all-out attack. He can't see us. Ready? And then everybody got their asses beat, except for a few of them.
Oh, they all got whooped.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all got beat up pretty bad. Anton even tried to pull out the sword and still gets beat.
Anton pulled out the sword. Mon ami, it's time to die. But Sonic socks him immediately. But
he forgot about one.
He forgot about one. I think this guy's a part of the Substitute Freedom Fighters. I don't have...
Yeah, I think that one is. Yeah, I think he's a part of the Substitute one.
Yeah, I forget his name, but yeah, he's a part of the Substitute Freedom Fighters, which is basically...
I don't think they mentioned it.
Yeah.
His name doesn't matter.
They get mentioned in the Sally miniseries. Again, Sonic lore, Archie Sonic lore. But
gotta love those miniseries, bro.
Yeah.
Buy them all.
But yeah, the porcupine took down the hedgehog, and Sonic hit his head on the floor yet again.
Honestly, that tackle didn't look like it should be that hard of to knock him back into his sense.
It really didn't.
But, you know, you gotta give him some reason to turn back.
That is true. So, Sonic, he wakes up, and he is back to normal. And, I guess everybody recovered pretty well after their beating. But, Rotor, he finds a transmission device on Sonic the Hedgehog. And they're like, well, Robotnik was tracking him this entire time. And they're gonna use that to their advantage. And they send Robotnik's tanks off of a cliff. That's kind of big brain.
How much money do you think this man got?
I don't know. All of it, because he took over Mobius, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, and
man can just waste these mechs freely.
Pretty much, and he loses all of them, and Sonic and team win once again. I did like that, and like Ice and Shad said, this won't be the last time Knothole will be fighting Sonic the Hedgehog. It will not be.
It really won't be.
Oh man.
Oh wait, I forgot the fucking little next part.
Yep. So
here's the B plot.
This is where we meet someone special.
We do meet someone special, although it's not actually them, but we do meet somebody special.
It's funny how so many precursors of those characters ended up being here this early.
Yeah. So Tails is angry because Sonic wasn't himself and he attacked him. Again, this won't be the last time.
Something I have no control over, but you know, go off, buddy.
Oh my!
Go off.
Sonic wasn't himself. Everybody knew this. Yet Tails is still very butthurt, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna go do my own adventure, my own hookers and blackjack."
No one forget the blackjack.
Yeah, it was just a hooker this time because Tails, he takes his little submarine. What spin-off game was this from Tails' Adventure or something?
Tails' Adventure. It's also in Triple Trouble.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, so Tails, he's just chilling. He finds some island. Also, Robotnik, he put a random camera in the tree. He's like, oh, how convenient.
He wanted to watch some,
Okay.
some stuff going down.
Stop! Okay. Stop! Okay.
Whoa, hold up there. What is this meant to get to go that far? Tails is 4 in this part of the comic.
Oh my god. Anyways.
But he's in love.
Yeah, he is in love. He finds a damsel in distress on this remote island where she is tied to a tree.
Who also happens to be a fox.
Who happens to also be a fox. And he saves the day. He saves her. And her name is Fiona. And I guess you could say it's love at first sight.
Justic. I agree with
You know what? I normally don't mind romance in these Sonic comics, but this one's kind of weird. This one's kind of weird.
Oh, it gets worse. We're just touching the surface right now.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
So
it wasn't that weird. It was just
random.
Later on.
Yeah. So Fiona basically leads Tails into this little cavern here. And he's like, hey, you want to go inside this hole I dug up in the side of the hill? And then Tails, being a simp, he goes inside the hole. And it's a trap! Yeah, Tails gets captured. She was a thought all this time.
She was a robot?
Yep. And, oh, how convenient. One of Dr. Eggman's portable roboticizers just happens to be here.
I told you, bro, he always come back.
You can't ever leave home without one.
Yes, you can. But Tails is about to be roboticized, and unfortunately, Sonic and his friends won't be able to save him. But what will happen? What will happen to our two-tailed fox? It's to be continued.
Meaning you'll never find out.
You'll never find out. But
I think, I don't know. They might bring it back.
we do find out, but in the next video that we'll do. But anyways, what were you guys' thoughts on issue 28? Or did I already ask that? You hated it?
No, I'm kidding. I enjoyed Sonic beating the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yo, Rotor still did nothing wrong, bro. You didn't deserve
It
it.
also just brings you to the realization that, like, if this man
Is this
ever
why Rotor
does get
gets
mind
the
control, they're all
politics
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do like... Because you have to remember, for Mobotropolis, when it got taken over, all of Sonic and his friends, the Freedom Fighters, they were all, like, children. And they basically had to survive Robotnik's consistent onslaught on trying to capture and roboticize them. And they managed to do that for a lot of years, so of course they have to be, like, somewhat competent to defend themselves. And I honestly think they did a pretty good job against a Sonic the Hedgehog who was going after them, in my opinion. With what they had.
Best they prepare themselves
job.
now.
It
They're
was
gonna
only
have to
Sally.
deal with it again
Yeah,
later.
well, Sally
It was literally only Sally.
Sally did most of the work, but
And I'm pretty sure they only let Sally do all that shit just because of, you know, women.
Hey, Rotor didn't have a chance, man. If he had a chance to swing back, he would have knocked Sonic cold. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, hey, Buddy would have gave him a bite.
I mean, if we give them the, like, later forms, maybe.
Yeah,
But
true,
even
later.
then, I'm pretty sure
yeah.
we'd have to give Sonic that later form, too, so
Post-Genesis
that probably wouldn't go anywhere.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, that was a good issue.
Post-Genesis Rotor would have been hidden, bro.
Yeah. But I did enjoy that issue.
Give me more.
Yeah.
Give me
We'll
more
give you
Sonic
more
beating up
next
his
time,
friends.
because we're going to end the video here, because we covered the 5 comics that we were going to talk about. So, next time, we'll be covering the archive number 8, which will be issues number 29 to 32. So, thank you all for watching, and
Yo,
sayonara.
when it starts getting serious.
It does start getting serious. Now I'm serious!